You walked into the grocery store for dinner ingredients, not financial trauma. Eggs, bread, vegetables, maybe something simple for tonight. Then you reach checkout, look at the receipt, and think, wait, how did one bag become this expensive? Not robbed, not literally scammed, but definitely like someone changed the rules while you were shopping. By the end, you will understand the 3 hidden reasons your receipt feels wrong and how to notice them before checkout. Because the bill does not just feel high, it feels hard to understand. That is the real story. Prices rose, packages changed, comparison got confusing. When all 3 happen at once, grocery shopping stops feeling like shopping and starts feeling like a test you did not study for. So instead of asking, why is everything expensive? Ask the better question, why does the receipt feel suspicious? Reason 1. Prices rose, but inflation language hides the pain. In the United States, grocery prices barely moved from April to May 2026. They rose only 0.1%. But compared with May 2025, food-at-home prices were still 2.7% higher. That is the emotional trick. A small monthly change can sit on top of years of higher prices. You do not experience inflation as a chart. You experience it when the cart looks familiar and the total does not. And the baseline really did change. Food-at-home prices rose 11.4% in 2022, then 5.0% in 2023, then 1.2% in 2024, then 2.3% in 2025. Quick reset. Those numbers do not mean every item moved the same way. They mean the background of grocery shopping shifted. So when someone says inflation is calmer now, that can be true, but calmer does not mean cheaper. Lower inflation does not rewind your receipt. That is why the store feels strange. Your memory is shopping in one version of the grocery store. Your wallet is shopping in another. Reason 2. Your personal basket is not the average basket. The average grocery number can hide the items that actually hurt you. Some items make the whole trip feel worse. In May 2026, beef and veal were 12.9% higher than a year earlier. Fresh vegetables were 11.9% higher. Sugar and sweets were 7.1% higher. Non-alcoholic drinks were 5.8% higher. Now, picture the basket. Most of your cart barely changed. But your beef is up, your vegetables are up, your drinks are up, and your usual snack comes in a package that feels smaller. The average inflation number might look calm. Your receipt does not. That is why the receipt can feel dramatic even when the headline sounds calm. That does not make the number fake. It means your kitchen has its own inflation story. The USDA forecasts food-at-home prices to rise 2.8% in 2026. Again, not every aisle, not every item, but enough to keep the pressure alive. Reason 3. The deal got harder to read. This is where the receipt gets sneaky. Sometimes the price did not just change, the deal changed. This is the part people underestimate. A higher price is annoying. A deal you cannot quickly read is exhausting. A grocery store asks you to make tiny decisions over and over. Small package or large package? Sale price or regular price? Familiar label or cheaper alternative? And you are doing this while tired, hungry, and trying to remember what is already in the fridge. That is not peaceful shopping. That is a pop quiz with fluorescent lighting. Here is the trap. The most annoying grocery trick is when the package still looks familiar, but the math inside it changed. Same color, same shelf, same habit, less food. No brand example needed. You know the feeling. Something looks like the same purchase, but the value is harder to pin down. That is why the phrase "feels like a scam" works. Not because we are accusing stores of a literal scam, because shoppers hate feeling like the rules are hidden. If the price rises, you can see it. If the package changes, you might miss it. If the discount has conditions, you have to do math. And once shopping becomes math, the mood changes. You are not just buying food, you are defending your budget in public. And that deal is surrounded by decision noise. Every tag is asking for attention. Every choice looks small. This one is on sale. This one is better if you buy more. This one might be cheaper per unit. None of that has to be dishonest to be exhausting. The problem is the pileup. Too many small comparisons make people stop comparing. Quick reality check. You are not making one grocery decision. You are making a chain of tiny bets. And each bet feels small until the receipt combines them into one big number. That is when habit takes over. Same snack, same drink, same dinner shortcut. That is normal. But habit is where a lot of grocery frustration hides. The items that used to feel safe are not always the items that still feel cheap. And usually, you discover that at checkout, when the food is already on the belt, when it feels too late to rethink the cart. This matters more because food is not optional. You can postpone a new phone. You can skip a vacation. You cannot skip eating. That is why the receipt can feel personal. It is breakfast, school lunches, dinner after work. It is snacks, coffee, and the backup meal for the night you are exhausted. So when the total jumps, it does not feel like a normal price change. It feels like your life got more expensive without asking permission. So what do you do with this? Not a miracle hack, not a fake promise that one trick fixes the bill. Do not audit the whole store. Audit your repeat 10. The 10 things you buy every week are where the bill quietly changes. That is manageable. The whole store is a trap for your attention. Your repeat 10 is a system. If one of those repeat items got smaller, more expensive, or only cheap with a loyalty deal, that is where your receipt starts lying to your memory. So slow down on those items first. Compare unit prices when the choice matters. Treat sale tags like questions, not answers. Ask 3 simple things. What am I paying for? How much am I getting? Would I still buy this without the tag shouting at me? That is not about becoming obsessed. It is about taking back a little clarity. The store gets easier to navigate when you stop treating the receipt like a mystery and start treating it like evidence. And that is the real answer. Your grocery bill feels like a scam because your memory, your budget, and the shelf are arguing at once. Prices rose, packages changed, comparison got harder. But once you can name what is happening, the feeling changes. The bill may still be annoying, but it is no longer mysterious. So no, you are not crazy. And no, you are not bad at shopping. The store really did become harder to read. Because your grocery bill is not just a number. It is where the economy shows up